to the Act of D&C, Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Rules 1945. So we will be discussing the schedules of D&C Act 1940 and their rules thereunder. Okay. So this comes under our course outcome 2. We will be studying different schedules of Drugs and Cosmetic Act in course outcome 2 so that we can familiarize with each of the schedules under Drugs and Cosmetic Act. The main objective of Drugs and Cosmetic Act is to control and regulate the import, manufacture, sale and distribution of drugs and cosmetics. So the schedules relating to Drugs and Cosmetic Acts will be dealing with all these objectives, and they are divided 8 to 9. Schedules are divided into 8 to Y, and we will familiarize what are the schedules each dealing with. Okay. So after this we will have Bloom's level 2 K2 of understanding on the different schedules of Drugs and Cosmetic Act. Okay. So first schedules to the Act 1942 schedule. First schedule deals with the name of books under Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani systems of medicine. Second schedule, standard to be complied with the imported drugs and drug manufactured for sale, sold, stocked or exhibited for sale or distribution. Okay, so second schedule deals with what are the standards to be maintained for the import, sale, distribution and manufacture of drugs. Next, coming to the schedules to the rules. We have so many schedules with the rules 1945. So starting from Schedule A. Schedule A deals with the pro forma for forms which include for application, issue or renewal licenses. Okay. So first one, Schedule A, that deals with the pro forma for different forms. Okay, different application forms, that is issue of the forms or license renewal forms. Different types of forms are available in Schedule A. Next, Schedule B. Rate of fee for test or analysis by government analyst or central drug laboratory. Okay. Schedule B will give the details of rates of fees that will be conducted by the drug laboratory, central drug laboratories and government analysts, and what are the fee structure required. That will be described in Schedule B. Next, Schedule C. List of biological and special products applicable to special provision. C1, list of biological and special products applicable to special provision. So next coming Schedule C and C1. So Schedule C will be dealing with the biological and special products, which are required to be, which require special provisions, and C1 contain list of other biological and special products which are kept under special provisions. Next, Schedule D. Schedule D is the list of drugs exempted from provisions of import. Okay, so we have different provisions for the import of drugs. Then what are the classes of drugs that is exempted from the provision of import? That will be listed in Schedule D. Next, Schedule E, that is list of poisonous drugs under Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani systems of medicine. Okay, under AUC drugs, what are the list of poisonous substances? That will be in Schedule E. Next, Schedule F. Schedule F can be divided into different parts. Schedule F1, F2 and FF. Schedule FF deal with provisions relatable to blood bank. Okay, how a blood bank can be maintained and what are the products to be manufactured with associated with the blood bank. That is listed in Schedule FF. Coming to Schedule F1, F2, F3. F1, special provisions applicable to the bacterial and viral vaccines, that is in Schedule F1. Next, F2 is the standards for surgical dressings and F3 is the standards for umbilical tapes, that is F1, F2 and F3. Next, FF standards for ophthalmic preparation. Schedule, blood bank schedule is F part 12B. Blood bank schedule F part 12B, FF standard for ophthalmic preparation. Next important schedule, Schedule G. Schedule G is the list of drugs which are required to be used only under medical supervision and labeled accordingly. Okay, Schedule G is the list of drugs which are required to be used only under medical supervision. They are not prescription drugs, but they should be used only under medical supervision. Okay, next coming to Schedule H, that is prescription drugs. Okay, that is list of drugs which are required to be used under the prescription of a registered medical practitioner, and it should be dispensed only under the prescription of a registered medical practitioner. That is Schedule H drugs. Most of the antibiotics coming under Schedule H category. Next, Schedule J, that is list of disease and ailments that drugs should not claim to cure. Okay, Schedule J is not a list of drugs. Schedule J is a list of disease and ailments that a drug may not purport to cure. A drug cannot cure the some of the diseases that is listed in Schedule J. List of diseases that a drug must not claim to cure. Next, coming to Schedule K. Schedule K is the list of drugs exempted from the manufacture. Okay, Schedule D was list of drugs exempted from import, and Schedule K was list of drugs exempted from manufacture. Schedule M. Schedule M is another important schedule and include requirements, GMP requirement for the manufacturing premises of drugs. Schedule M. Okay, next its subcategories M1, M2, M3. M1 is the GMP requirements and factory premises for homeopathy preparation. M2, GMP requirements for cosmetics. M3, GMP requirements for medical devices. Next, Schedule N. Schedule N is the list of equipments for the efficient required for the efficient running of a pharmacy. Schedule O, standards for disinfect fluids, that is black fluids and white fluids will be included in Schedule O. Next, Schedule P. Schedule P include the life period of drugs. What do you mean by life period of drugs? Expiry period of drugs will be listed in Schedule P. Next, Schedule Q. Schedule Q includes the list of colors that is permitted to be used in cosmetics. Okay. Next is Schedule R. Schedule R is the standards, listed the standards for contraceptives. Next, R1, standards for medical devices. Next, another schedule, Schedule S. S is the standards for cosmetics. Next, Schedule T. Schedule T is also GMP requirements. We already studied a schedule of GMP requirement, that is Schedule M, that we deals with the GMP requirements of drugs and cosmetics, M2 cosmetics. In Schedule T, GMP requirements for Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, AUS, Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani systems of medicine GMP requirement, that is in Schedule T. Next, Schedule U. Schedule U is the another important schedule in your syllabus, which contain the requirements that's to be maintained in the records, in the manufacturing and analytical records. Okay. Next, U1, requirements to be maintained in the records of cosmetics. Next, V. V is the standards for patent and proprietary medicine. You know the definition of patent and proprietary medicine. So, the standards of patent and proprietary medicine in Schedule V. Next, Schedule X. Schedule X. What is Schedule X drugs? Schedule X drugs mainly contain narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. What is the definition of Schedule X drugs? List of drugs which has to be whose manufacture, distribution, sale are specified under or guided by special provision, that is Schedule X drugs, and main example include narcotic and psychotropic substance or habit forming drugs. Okay. Next, last one, Schedule Y. Schedule Y, requirements and guidelines on clinical trials and import and manufacture of new drugs. What are the guidelines for conducting clinical trials and what are the requirements for the import and manufacture of new drugs? that is listed in Schedule Y. Okay, these are the different schedules under the rules, and definition of each schedule should is very important. Okay.